Today, we are tackling a classic productivity puzzle with a seriously powerful tool, the Eisenhower Matrix. And I'm going to show you how a super simple color coding system can completely change the game for your to-do list. Hey, does this sound like you? Your to-do list is a mile long. You are constantly working, putting out fires, but at the end of the day, you kind of look back and feel like you haven't actually made progress on the big stuff. It is the worst feeling, right? Being busy but not really productive. Well, there is a time-tested way to bring some serious order to all that chaos. It's called the Eisenhower Matrix. And yeah, it's named after the 34th U.S. President, Dwight D. Eisenhower, a guy who was a master at juggling just an immense amount of responsibility. This little framework can bring so much clarity to your priorities. Okay, let's get into it. The entire system, the whole shebang, is built on one simple but absolutely crucial distinction. You have to understand the difference between tasks that are urgent and tasks that are important. Trust me, they are not the same thing, and figuring that out is step one. So first up, let's talk urgent tasks. These are the things that are basically screaming for your attention right now. A last-minute deadline, an unexpected call from a client. They have to be done now, and if you don't do them, there are obvious immediate consequences. It's all about being reactive. But then, on the other hand, you've got your important tasks. These are the things that really contribute to your big picture long-term goals. Think about planning a huge project or maybe going to a networking event to build up your business. They don't have that same frantic deadline, but they are absolutely critical for your future success. This is all about being proactive. So here's the main takeaway, right? Urgent tasks force you to react to what's happening right now, while important tasks need you to be proactive about your future. And, there's a psychological trap here. Our brains just love that instant gratification we get from checking off urgent tasks. It feels so productive. But that makes it incredibly hard to make time for the important long-term work that actually moves our lives forward. And this is exactly why the Matrix is so brilliant. It takes all your tasks and sorts them into 4 clear quadrants. It gives you this visual map to decide what to do now, what to plan for later, what to hand off to someone else, and what to just get rid of completely. And here it is. It's just a simple 2x2 grid. You've got urgent and not urgent on one side, and important and not important on the other. Every single thing on your list can find a home in one of these 4 boxes. So let's start with quadrant 1. This is your do first box. These tasks are both urgent and important. We're talking crises, major problems, projects with a deadline breathing down your neck. This is firefighting mode, and there's no question these have to be your top priority. Okay, next up is quadrant 2, this schedule box. Now this is the sweet spot. These tasks are super important, but they're not urgent yet. This is where strategic thinking happens, long-term planning, building relationships. This is where you make real progress. The key is to schedule time for these things before they become urgent and end up as a quadrant 1 fire. All right, quadrant 3, delegate. These are the tasks that are urgent, but they aren't actually that important for you personally to do. Yeah, they need to get done, but they don't require your specific skills. Think about things like administrative tasks or routine emails. Handing these off frees you up and empowers your team. And finally, we have quadrant 4, delete. These are the tasks that are neither urgent nor important. They are the ultimate time wasters. Pointless meetings, endless status updates, what our source material calls work about work. The goal here is really simple. Just get rid of them. So now you have the framework, but how do you actually use it in your daily life? You're not going to draw a grid every day. This is where the magic of color coding comes in. It's such a simple visual way to bake this matrix right into your workflow. It really is this simple. As you write out your to-do list, just give each item a color. Green for your quadrant 1 do first tasks, yellow for the quadrant 2 stuff you need to schedule, blue for anything in quadrant 3 that you can delegate, and a nice bold red for all that quadrant 4 stuff you can just delete. All of a sudden, at a single glance, you can see your priorities crystal clear. And here's a fantastic pro tip from the source material. Make 2 separate matrices, one for your work life and one for your personal life. Come on, your work tasks and your home tasks need different ways of thinking, different timelines. Trying to jam it all together just creates a mess. So divide and conquer. Okay, before we wrap up, I have one last really powerful strategy. It's a little counterintuitive, but it makes the whole process so much faster. The idea is to start by eliminating things first. So check out this crazy statistic. A whopping 60% of our time at work is spent on work about work. Things like just sharing status updates or chasing approvals. I mean, that's more than half our time spent on tasks that probably belong in quadrant 4. So before you even start thinking about what's green, yellow, or blue, just take a good hard look at your list and find the red. Cross those things off immediately. By dealing with quadrant 4 first, you shrink your to-do list right from the start, and that makes prioritizing what's left so much easier. You know, this quote from Eisenhower himself just nails the whole problem this matrix solves. It's this constant fight between what's screaming for our attention and what actually deserves our attention. By using this simple framework, you can finally start winning that fight. So my question for you is, what's on your list right now that's just urgent but not truly important?